Right, welcome to another Desktop Dungeons video, and we're continuing with Naga City. So in Dragon Arts I was able to show a few classes that can really just avoid any of the problems the dungeon had, and those are kind of the easiest ones to go for. In Naga City, on the other hand, really if you want the easiest runs for Naga City, it's just the strongest classes. And we've done Rogue already. I think there's a whole range of very good options here. I think probably Thief. I would say Thief, Monk, Sorcerer, Wizard, Paladin, Crusader, Transmuter, Tinker are all very strong in Naga City. But I think the Wizard is what we're going to go for, and we're going to go for a Punchomancer strategy. I am not very good at playing this kind of style, but I thought it would be something to show at least. So we're going with Dragon Soul as a prep just because it was the best kind of caster item I had. It's probably ideally you'd maybe have Stone Heart or Crystal Orb. Okay, we're going to take the standard potions. We're going to take Perseverance Badge. We've got to prep Binlor. And we're going to take let's go with Translock. I think 'cause this is a small item as well, so our inventory is not going to be exactly stacked. And as always in Naga City, Translocation Seal can let you pick up a free Amulet of Yendor, if nothing else. I did prep Binlor, didn't I? I swear, sometimes the layouts for the new so the net layouts in Rewind with the new dungeon grid, so they're not square, they're rectangular. It seems like the starting gods are often placed a lot further away than they would have been in the older ones. This is the Schadenfreude sub-dungeon. Schadenfreude, we get a free compression seal as well, which is always nice. Alright, so time to start building up some piety, which of course we do by breaking walls. Yeah, the whole Binlor piety farming strat is very standard on a lot of vicious dungeons. Naga City in particular, it tends to work quite well on, because there are a lot of walls and there are a number of magic resist bosses downstairs, which maybe not always the strongest ones you're dealing with, but which can nonetheless be a bit run-ending. Okay, obviously we're Orc to increase our base damage. Base damage is what affects the damage you get from Pisorf. Being Wizard gives us a cheaper spellcasting, therefore we're going to stop form first. But yeah, the cheaper spellcasting, obviously for a 4 cost glyph like Pisorf instead of 3 cost, reducing that to 3 cost, sorry, will increase your output by a third, which is nothing to sneeze at. And yeah, ideally you'd use Pisorf to generate piety where possible, because obviously that's a cheaper way to do it than using Ender's Wool. Alright, I'm going to take the other knockback as well. So this gives you 40% knockback on physical attacks, which is, as we saw with the layout of the arena last time, the bosses come in waves of 3s, and they're sort of back to back. One thing you do need to be a bit smart about with the Binlor party farming on this one is obviously you don't have any gobs to convert out to, so you do need to make sure you leave at least enough walls left to stomach some party loss as you level up. Okay, armor wall always very good. I can't remember. Okay, this is just for science. No. Binlor used to give you a... At some point in the distant past, I should say, Binlor used to have a penalty for creating more walls. Seems to be gone now. So this also means we can do... Armor Wall has the 2-mana wall creation now. Oh no, it penalises you for creating a wall, but not for breaking monsters. Okay. Interesting feature. Sorry, I was just reminding myself how the punishments work. I'm sure it's not the greatest television in the world. Okay, we're going to keep building up some magic resistance. It's not as relevant for our build as it is for someone who's just trying to get the resists up, but it's still very, very nice to have. Okay, that's the secret sub-dungeon. So we're going to beeline towards it, in the hopes that we'll get something really spectacular like good Glemrick. And just getting a load of gold is never bad. Now, I'm hoping we'll be able at some point to find a good level 2 target. Which would be your normal aim, is to really level up off a level 2 if at all possible. Currently, of course, we don't have any sort of extra leverage, so I think the first thing I need to do really is just say I'm going to pick that up. Again, probably not optimal, but what can you do? Okay, great, and we're going to just kind of go. Alright, now... Okay, we're dealing some damage there. I'm just thinking what glyphs I'm going to want going forwards. Usually you do want to keep burned arrows around. Sidestep is unlikely to be super useful. Okay, so we can take a corrosion in order to get a level 2 kill. That's one option. The other alternative, so Mana, Burn Viper, 16 health left over. We can deal 12 with that, which isn't ideal. Okay, we can add this. Add that. Oh, we're looking 5, 15. It's a little, yeah, the thing with that is because the Burn Viper blinks. I don't know if we can actually kill it. Okay, so that we can deal 20 plus yeah, no, we'll be well in sight of getting this kill. Sorry for that moment of mathematical ineptitude. Okay, I'm just going to farm some piety quickly while I'm doing it. Okay, great. Well, that's something at least. Right, and we're up to 3 now. As noted earlier, we do need to try and be a little bit smart about having enough party left. With Binlor, it is possible. It does take a little bit of work, but it's very possible to hit a game state where you can't level up as much as you need to without triggering a punishment, thereby losing all the resistance you've worked for. Okay, we're continuing on here. Vampire is an option. Gorgons are often very good targets for high level kills because they've got somewhat weedy stat lines. But as ever with this particular combination, you do need to focus on sort of where your setup is, what you're trying to hit. Okay, so we're dealing 10, 40, probably need to convert something from doing this. I think that's 49, so we could do Take 1 point feeling. And voila. Okay, I'm just going to quickly set up the next one as well. Okay, the next one could just be this one. Okay, once again, I'm all absolutely great glyph in every kind of dungeon, but in vicious dungeons especially, it tends to really shine. Because you can get your sort of full benefit of leveling out of less monsters. Okay, using stone skin here just to preserve my death protection for the future. Slightly paradoxical. There are a load of like random little quirks to how Pisorf works. So one of them is that a monster that has been hit with the glyph can't blink. Just trying that to see if I can do it without getting mana burnt. Well, at least we'll do it without losing the death protection, and then take a little mana burn. Never hurt anyone. Says heuristically. And yeah, the whole Binlor package is just really strong in general, but I appreciate it's maybe a little bit slow to watch, for which I half-heartedly apologise. Okay, so it's time to start thinking about what we need to get in place for when we go down. In general, if you're going for Naga City, you want to go downstairs on the verge of leveling up, so that the first couple of bosses give you a full refill. This is a thing I was advised from a previous video, is if you knock back an enemy without resist into one with resist, both get full damage. But if you do it the other way, both get the damage reduction. So always worth considering, you know, which enemy you're knocking back. Okay, again, we're in a bit of a conundrum here, as we don't really want to take corrosion or weakening unless we absolutely have to. So in the meantime, I'm just going to do some standard cleaning here. Okay, go down. We've got that extra Schadenfreude, which is really excellent. So it gives you a free compression seal this dungeon. Now, ideally we'd have some way to... Yeah, let me see. There we go. So again, that's just leveraging another type of knockback. Okay, cut out the middle thing, increase our exploration tiles, and just generate some more piety. And I'm going to sort of gather up all the gold, I think, and then just make a decision about what I'm using my remaining bit of black space for. I'd rather be either upper level or just on the verge of leveling up, as mentioned. So I'm going to see if I can make that happen. As always with Binlor, having this extra might can just give you that little edge you need to clean up some of the more resilient popcorn on the map. Now, it's a bit of a decision here. I can either pour in some resources into the top side and try and get up to a decent point on level 8, or I can go downstairs straight away. I think both are honestly fine. Yeah, with Midas, however, I think it might be worth just making sure we are leveraging what we've got here. Again, it's just worth a small handful of gold. Okay, and yeah, we don't want to be mana burned when we're going down. And you can just see Dragon Soul as a great item. Okay, I think that should put us in a nice kind of experience range to try and really leverage our level ups. While we're up here, we've still got access to some additional options in the shops. We could grab Vampiric Blade, we could grab some random bits and pieces and just convert them. Well, Venom Dagger, for instance. And grab a second Schadenfreude, a third in this case. And yeah, hopefully, I'm afraid this is not really my speciality, so I hope you're not explaining it too badly. Let's take... Okay, why not? Let's go the whole hog, get the Agnostic's Collar, which is a funny item on Naga City. So, we've got a fairly good setup going down. We're going to go down honestly this time. And yep, as always, you get the full restore when you go down. You want to make sure that you're using your mana where possible. And yeah, I've not really farmed magic resist because that wasn't really the point of the run, but we could have easily gotten up to about 65 at the start. So what we want to do and here, I don't think we need Iron Wall at all anymore. And as you can see through our extreme prudence, we're at the point where we're basically in line to level up here. I'm going to start using some potions just to clear the way. Okay. Alright, we can use our death protection here if we feel like it. Slightly poor curse management there. But you see we're doing damage to the goo behind as well, so we can't really complain too much. And yeah, Dragon Soul, just what a great item to have. Like, it's not one of those items that's ever a core part for like any build, but I do think it is quietly one of the better items in the game. Okay, I'm going to remember, use up some of our resources while we're regenerating. Okay, once again, see our knockback just works very nicely with how the bosses are always laid out in this dungeon. And we should have used that straight up. But yeah, so even though we don't exactly have a load of resists, especially for physical damage, so I want to use this. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of the Naga City thing was about just timing your level ups and getting full restores off the bosses. And the great thing about Punchomancer specifically is that generally just being a melee class with very high damage is a good thing to be in desktop dungeons. So you get the benefit of having this high base damage that's also contributing to high sort of non-interactive magic damage. But you also get kind of whatever you want in terms of just normal sort of power in the game. Okay, now we can start using some of our altars here. As you see, Tormented One has almost been killed by the secondary knockback alone. Okay. Now, what we can do if we want to is start really hopping between the different gods. I don't think it's very necessary with how well this run has gone. We're just going to set up this little wall conveyor to shove Frank through. May as well use our death protection now. I thought I was being clever there, but I can't actually. I would kill that snake if I push it in. So we're going to have to be clever here and use the meat man to set up our additional knockback. And as you can see, just a lot of these Binlor boons on their own terms. Like Stone Skin is, you know, it's mainly used for farming piety, but it's just a very strong boon to have for 15 gold. As you note, the okay, Kinish. As you may note, the what was I going to say? Dragon Soul means that you sometimes get sort of extra benefits out of Binlor farming. Okay, Kinish has 50% magic resistance, but that does not have any impact on Pisorf. We're just going to ensure he's going through as many walls as possible, because that also helps with the death protections. Surely we get a statue for this. Yeah. Okay, so that's the Punchomancer. As you can see, it's a very, very strong class and race combo. And we have left on the table 7 altars, which we can convert, which we can desecrate without getting punished. We've left Keg, we've left our Translock Seal, we've left Amulet of the Endor, we've still got the 220 gold, we've left all this experience around. So again, that should be one of those, with this dungeon, well, with this dungeon, again, just picking one of the strong classes is the quote-unquote easy way to do it, and something like the Orc Wizard should really give you no trouble. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.